But this is my studio.
To know where Juana Alicia finds her inspiration, you have to go back to the plight of the migrant worker.
It's a complicated story.
In the early 70s, she first heard labor leader Cesar Chavez speak in Detroit. Inspired, within a few months, Juana Alicia moved to California's Central Valley. She says in part to find her roots.
You know, I'd grown up in Detroit with not much of a Mexican community around us at that time. And it was nice to, you know, be in community there and have that experience.
The excessive use of pesticides ultimately took a toll on her health when she was pregnant with her first child.
That was making people very sick, losing the skin on the linings of their, you know, respiratory tracts, and their hands were peeling, and that happened to me, and it happened to everybody.
That experience began fueling her work as a muralist. Las Lechugueras, the women lettuce workers, showed a pregnant woman working alongside other women in the fields. Not everyone liked it at first.
Oh, that won't fly. You need a lowrider car. You need other, like, popular cultural images. And actually, a lot of people living in the mission at that time had had the migrant experience, had lived and worked in the fields.
That mural was later replaced by another named La Llorona, the Weeping Woman, a mural showing women all over the world protecting the environment.
This is perhaps one of her most famous works, the Maestra piece at the Women's Building in the Mission District. In fact, she and 6 other female artists collaborated to paint this entire building. At the top center is a picture of Rigoberta Menchú, the human rights activist from Guatemala who won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Bringing these female muralists together was like an arranged marriage, but one that worked.
The Rigoberta Menchú figure, Miranda Bergman did the design and did the drawing. I painted the portrait of Rigoberta. Susan Cervantes did her huipil. So we mixed it up.
The building is dedicated exclusively to the well-being of all women.
Rigoberta Menchú said this when she came. She said, I've been all over the world, but never have I felt so vindicated as when I visited this building.
It's made of glass?
Yes. It's a vitral. It's a glass window.
Wow.
It's stained
but this
glass.
Is something that you're not very familiar with.
Well, I am becoming familiar with it, but I'm not familiar with it. I've never worked in glass.
Her latest work is called Nopal de la Misión. Nopal means cactus.
Beauty and resilience and resistance under harsh conditions.
The glass panels have blooming cacti and show references to the founding of Mexico City. The artwork will be placed at the center of the main room at the Mission District Library branch. It was recently approved by 14 members of the San Francisco Art Commission.
We have to support artists that live here and make sure that they have prominent places in our community so that they can show off their work so other people can really see the vibrant culture that we have in San Francisco.
For Juana Alicia, the journey has been her inspiration. Lyanne Melendez, ABC 7 News.